Hello, my name is Zachary Meading.
Hola, mi nombre es David Molina.
We're going to guide you through the Parks and Facilities Master Plan Workshop 3 video presentation.
En esta ocasión, lo vamos a guiar en el video del Plan Maestro de Parques y Facilidades Comunitarias, el taller número 3.
The purpose of the Parks and Facilities Master Plan is to develop a roadmap or a guide for the future of parks and recreation development within the community. The information collected is based on local community needs, as well as the recommendations are designed to support the local community of Pomona. This process is developed over 5 steps. The first, an inventory of the existing conditions, what parks and amenities exist within the city, and then an extensive community engagement outreach process where we go out and listen to the community to find out what the needs and wants are. Based on those 2 items, we develop a needs analysis, which gives rise to the recommendations, and then those are paired with funding and implementation strategies. This process will last an approximately 12-month time frame, where we'll conduct all of the site assessments, move through the community outreach, and then start to dial in the needs assessment, reporting, and final presentations. During our inventory, we found the city has 28 parks, 5 community centers, 8 activity recreation centers at parks, 2 public swimming pools, as well as 2 skate parks. Not only did we develop an inventory of what facilities exist, we also looked at where they exist. So as we collect community input, we can see where the community resides, as well as where the parks are located throughout the entire city. In addition to the park facilities, we also did an inventory of recreation programs, which include a myriad of organized sports, senior programs, aquatics, children classes, teen classes, health and well-being classes, as well as several others. This gives us a complete picture of what parks, recreation programs, and facilities exist for the community. In addition to the inventory information, we also look at the community in terms of demographics, the total population size, as well as what is the age breakdown among that population. We also compare that population to the county standards, the averages for the surrounding cities. We find that the largest population segment, 36%, falls between the age ranges of 35 to 64. This information helps us start to dial in programs and facilities for the various age ranges that exist within the community. After completing the inventory and assessment of all the parks and programs, we began an extensive community engagement process. Going out to the community in multiple languages, both English and Spanish, we conducted stakeholder interviews, sports organization questionnaires, community workshops, a statistically valid multimodal survey, as well as a dedicated project website where the community could provide feedback comments at any point in time. Our outreach efforts to date have yielded a strong return on community views, ideas, and input across stakeholder interviews, website views, feedback submittals, and sports organization information, as well as the workshops and online surveys that we've launched. One of the outreach methods we utilized was a statistically valid multimodal survey. Open from December 8th to December 20th, we collected over 400 interviews, which results in 1,500 residents. We look at the distribution of the information that comes in to make sure that not only do we get a good cross-section of the demographics for a statistical reliability survey, but also a geographic distribution of where the community is participating from and where those ideas are coming from. Looking at some of the results from the multimodal survey, we see that 49% of the respondents get their parks and recreation information on programs and facilities through the city website or Google. 55% of the respondents of this survey recreate at least once a month. 21% utilize Ganesha Park as their most used recreation park within the city. And then 45% of the respondents are satisfied with the existing care and maintenance of the parks and recreation facilities. Additionally, during the multimodal survey, we asked participants to describe one recreation program, class, or activity they would most like to see added or improved in the city of Pomona. The information provided to us identified that more sports, yoga, fitness classes, swimming, water park, more youth classes and activities ranked among some of the top responses from the multimodal survey. Another question we asked participants of the multimodal survey was to describe one park or recreation facility they would most like to see added or improved in the city of Pomona. Some of the top responses were Ganesha Park, Dog Park, all parks, referencing just improving elements across the park from a maintenance standpoint. These are some of the top responses we received for the multimodal survey. As part of our outreach efforts, we conducted an online Workshop 1. Workshop 1 was conducted from February 22nd to March 16th. During this time, we collected 34 surveys. Again, looking at the distribution across the community, we see that there is an even distribution of responses coming in on this survey. Some of the information we collected during Workshop 1 were what important community characteristics existed to the participants, what issues or trends might negatively impact those community characteristics, and then what role can Parks and Recreation do in support of those community characteristics. And we found some of the top responses are identified here. Those community characteristics that people found were clean and safe parks. Issues that might negatively impact that would be homelessness, park maintenance elements. And how Parks and Recreation can help improve some of those issues or trends are through park maintenance improvements as well as security. Workshop number 2 was held from March 25th to May 10th. With 98 surveys submitted, we also see an even distribution of respondents throughout the community. Some of the data collected during this workshop included what park do you visit the most? And why do you visit this park most often? What we had heard as some of the top responses was Ganesha Park, Phyllis Branch Park, Ted Green Park were some of the top most visited parks among the participants of this survey. Reasons for visiting those parks the most include passive recreation activities such as walking, picnicking, nature viewing. Other activities included playground play, as well as organized sports led by a coach or instructor. Another question we asked during Workshop 2 was what park feature or recreation facility you would like to add or improve. Some of the top responses include playgrounds, restrooms, fitness stations, lighting, trees and shade, as well as many others. The final question asked for Workshop 2 was what program, class, activity, or service you would like to see added or improved. Some of the top responses we heard were health and fitness, youth sports, safety programs, and aquatic programs as being some of the top elements we had heard during this participation survey. Throughout this process, we've had a dedicated project website available to the community 24/7, where community members can follow along with project updates, answer surveys, as well as have access to a feedback button. We've received a tremendous amount of input through the feedback button. It's your source to click and provide any information you would like to that might not necessarily be in a survey format, but something you want to share. For Workshop 3, we'll be asking, what are the top 5 program, classes, or activities you would like to see based on all the information we've collected to date? As well as, what are the top 5 park and recreation facilities you would like to see as we move forward into the future for the city of Pomona?
Thank you for watching this video presentation. Make sure to check the website and don't forget to take Workshop 3 survey online.
Muchas gracias por ver este video. Por favor, vea las actualizaciones en la página website y no olvide tomar la encuesta en línea.